Good morning, Monroe Mustangs! It is so good to see you all this morning, and thank you for logging in and checking out the literacy lesson for today, which is Friday! It's the last day of the week, friends. How exciting! You all have been working so hard, and so this is the last day for you to send me some work before we go on the weekend. All right, my friends, so before we get started, let's go ahead and sing good morning. Ready? Here we go. Good morning, how are you? How are you? Very well, thank you, very well, thank you. How about you? How about you? Beautiful singing, friends. One time in Spanish. Ready? Here we go. Buenos días, ¿cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? Muy bien, gracias, muy bien, gracias. ¿Y usted? ¿Y usted? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you again for logging in and checking out our literacy lesson for today. So today, my friends, we are going to revisit our book and story of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Last time that we read this book, we paid attention to the characters of it and also how many bears were in the house. So now we're going to jump back in and we're going to keep counting how many bears live in this house. We're going to count how many bears live in Goldilocks' house. And then in math, you will see what we're doing with those numbers. Okay? So, most important, what I want you to pay attention to is how many people live in each house that we visit in the story. So I know we're going to visit Goldilocks' house, and we also will visit the bear's house. So let's pay attention to how many people live in those houses. All right, my friends. So let's go ahead and get started. Here is Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Let's count the bears, make sure there's three. 1, 2, 3. So this time, friends, we're going to do more of like a picture walk. We're not going to read the words. We're going to use the pictures to help us tell the story and also to help us talk about what we want to know today. And that's how many people live in the houses we visit in this story. So, I see here that Goldilocks lives in a village. And this village has houses, or they also call these kinds of homes cottages. So Goldilocks lives here with these cottages. And these cottages are a type of building. How do we know if it's a type of building, friend? You are right. A building has a foundation, and the foundation holds up the walls, and then the walls hold up the roof. So let's double check to see if these cottages are buildings. I see that the cottages, their walls are being held up by a foundation, and then I see that the walls are holding up the roof. So these cottages are a type of building. And these cottages have what kind of roof? What shape is it? It's pointy like a triangle. You are right. All right, so here's Goldilocks in her village, right off the edge of the forest. Goldilocks always wanted to go into the forest, but her mother and father warned her that it's very dangerous in the forest, that she could get lost and they wouldn't be able to find her. So they made her promise that she would not ever go into the forest without them. Whoa, look, now we're on the inside of Goldilocks' house. Let's see how many people live in Goldilocks' house. 1, 2, 3 people live in her house with her. Interesting. Now, one day, Goldilocks said that the forest was saying hello to her and calling her into it. So she went in. And just as her family promised, she would get lost and go far and deep in the woods. So in these woods lived the 3 bears, and this is their cottage. Oh, and I see their foundation, I see their walls, and I see their roof. Oh, and I even saw a cool detail. I see their chimney. I see smoke coming out of it. It's because chimneys usually have a fire at the bottom. And a long time ago, people would use those fires to cook at because they didn't have stoves. So I have a feeling the little 3 bears are cooking. In this cottage lived a big Papa Bear with a big, deep voice. And Papa Bear fixed things. Then there was a medium-sized bear, which was Mama Bear. And she had a very beautiful voice and enjoyed to sing and work in her garden. Then there was Baby Bear, who had a very high, squeaky voice, and he liked doing anything that Mommy and Daddy Bear were doing. Whoa, friends, let's count how many people live in the bear's house. 1, 2, 3. One morning, Papa Bear made a big pot of delicious porridge. He filled the 3 bowls to the very top. First, he filled a great big bowl. Then, he filled a medium-sized bowl. And finally, he filled a very small bowl with pictures of honeybees on it. This porridge looks wonderful, said Mama Bear. This porridge smells wonderful, said Baby Bear. This porridge is wonderful, said Papa Bear. Eat up. Ow! Cried Baby Bear. This porridge is too hot. He's right, said Mama Bear, looking at Papa Bear. Well then, said Papa Bear, why don't we go for a walk until the porridge cools? Hooray! Said Baby Bear, fanning his tongue. Fanning his tongue means he's going like, too hot. So he's fanning his tongue going, yay, we're going to go on a walk. And then they set off in the woods. Just as the bears were leaving, who is coming in the forest lost? It's Goldilocks. Goldilocks saw the cottage and went right in because she was very curious. Is anyone home? She asked. And of course, the bears weren't. They went on their walk. So Goldilocks went in and started to make herself comfortable. First, she came upon the chairs. She tried to sit in Daddy Bear's great big chair, but she said it was too tall. Then she tried to get in to the medium-sized chair, Mama Bear chair, and that chair was soft and fluffy and had cushions, but she kept slipping off. And finally, there was a small chair with little butterflies painted on it. So she tried Mama Bear's chair and she didn't fit. She kept slipping. And then she tried the very small chair. Then she was like, ugh, my feet hurt. I probably shouldn't sit in the chairs, but I'm going to. And this baby chair looks like it'll do just fine. So she sat in Papa Bear, too big. She slipped off of Mama Bear's. And then she sat in Baby Bear's chair. And Baby Bear's chair broke. She was too big. Oh no, she thought. Look what I've done. And she was just about to leave, but then she smelled. You see these little lines? Those are like smell lines coming. So she smelled the yummy porridge in the kitchen. So there she goes into the kitchen. And she saw 3 bowls with porridge. She was hungry, so she decided to try them. First, she tried the great big bowl. "Ow!" she cried. "This porridge is too hot." Then she tried the medium-sized bowl. "Eee! This porridge is too cold." Finally, then she tried the baby bear bowl. And this bowl wasn't too hot or too cold. This porridge was just right. Now Goldilocks was tired after taking a nap. After eating, so she wanted to take a nap. Just like us, we eat and then we have rest time. So she was ready for some rest time. So she went upstairs to the bear's bedroom and she saw 3 beds because 3 bears live there. First, she got into the great big bear bed, and that bed was too big. And she fell right in. It was too big. She didn't like it. Then she laid in the medium-sized bed, and this bed was too hard. Then she got into the baby bear's bed, and that bed felt so good. So she decided to take a nap. As she was taking a nap, guess who came back home? The 3 bears. First, they found the chairs. Papa's chair was moved, Mama's chair's pillows were off of it, and Baby Bear's chair was broken. Then they went into the kitchen, and they saw that their porridge, Papa Bear's porridge, was touched, Mama Bear had some porridge gone, and Baby Bear's porridge was eaten all gone. Now they went upstairs. They went to go check their beds. And what did they find in Baby Bear's bed? So then Papa Bear was mad and he said, "Roar!" And then all of a sudden Goldilocks said, "Ah!" And she ran out. She ran down the stairs, through the kitchen, out the door, and all the way back to her cottage with her family. But something about that forest just kept Goldilocks wanting to come back. The end. Let's give that book a round of applause. All right, my friends. So your job today is to remember how many bears lived in the 3 bears' house. It kind of gives you a clue in the name. There's 3 of them that live there. Very beautiful counting, and thank you for joining me on this story. For the second part that connects to this, please join me for the math lesson in video 2. All right, my friends, I'll see you in video 2. Talk to you soon. Thanks for joining.